This is either going to be my smartest or my dumbest move in the stock market for the entire year, and I'm going to take you guys with me for the entire ride. Rationally, I believe I'm doing the best thing I can do with the knowledge available. So what am I going to do? Well, as you might have guessed from the title and the thumbnail, I'm selling all my Nouveau Monde Graphite shares, 1000 bad boys in total, for a 2,500 euro loss. And I'm selling all those shares to buy into another graphite mine. And I should get this out of the way right now. I am not making this move because I lost my conviction in Nouveau Monde Graphite. Quite the opposite actually. Now more than ever do I believe Nouveau Monde Graphite will succeed during this decade. Nonetheless, I'm still selling all my Nouveau Monde Graphite shares to buy into another graphite mine. So let's now look at my rationale. The people that watch my videos on the regular will know that there are just two graphite mines I'm personally investing in. First, of course, Nouveau Monde Graphite, and second, the famed graphite mine in Namibia, Graphite. Historically, I've had a very similar portfolio allocation to both of these junior graphite companies, about 25% of my portfolio in each company. After all, thus far I've always believed their risk and reward balance to be quite similar. Today, however, we are looking at a Graphite that will actually start producing graphite next month. That while Nouveau Monde Graphite's mine will only be operational in 2023 and their anode plant should only become operational in 2025. To break it down as easily as I possibly can, there are just three main reasons for my switch from Nouveau Monde Graphite to Graphite. Three main reasons why I am forsaking diversification to go all in into Graphite for 2022. As far as the first reason goes, I think I've done a really good job in this video in explaining why Graphite's risk has decreased significantly, while their potential return is still as bullish as ever. And to prevent myself from sounding like a broken record, you can check it out for yourselves. Link will be in the top right corner, but also in the description. However, that video is the first main reason behind my rationale. Graphite has a really low risk while having an extremely high potential payoff. I believe Graphite has the potential to go up 100% this year. Why? Well, they will go from $0 in revenue in 2021 to potentially going up to hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue from 2023 and onwards. And 2022 is that transition. 2022 is when Graphite will go from an exploration company to a full-fledged mining company, to a full-fledged graphite company. On to the second reason. Nouveau Monde Graphite is also planning to become a full-fledged mining company. However, their transition from an exploration company to a full-fledged anode company will happen from 2023 and it will continue all the way in 2025. So perhaps you already see where I am getting at, but the second reason for my switch is the time frames. The time frames of Graphite and Nouveau Monde Graphite align almost perfectly for a trade to happen between them. So that was the second reason. And aside from what we've talked about thus far, I also predict 2022 will be a year full of headwinds for Nouveau Monde Graphite's share price. You see, Eric Dessigné, the CEO of Nouveau Monde Graphite, has stated that the expected price tag for both Metamini mine and the anode plant is expected to come in around the $1 billion mark. And the company will need to raise that capital in one way or the other, probably through quite a bit of debt and quite a bit of equity. Of course, with equity, I mean raising capital through equity, which means selling shares to the public, which means dilution. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely believe Nouveau Monde Graphite will be successful in raising that cash. NMG is amazing at advertising, they have some great minds working at the company and they have a great relationship with the Quebec government. But with the rising interest rate environment we're in, we might see some share price compression with Nouveau Monde Graphite. Although, to be fair, 2022 should also be a really exciting year for Nouveau Monde Graphite. We should see the baking core plant, the 2000 tons per year anode material facility, become operational in the first half of 2022. Besides, their feasibility study for the full 45,000 ton per year baking core plant should also hit the market in 2022, which could be a great catalyst for the NMG share price. So all in all, with all the information we have today, because of the fierce headwinds, but also because of the exciting milestones to be crossed for Nouveau Monde Graphite, I believe with a lot of volatility, the NMG share price will remain roughly flat or increase just slightly priority for the entirety of 2022. And those three factors: 1, the really low risk for Gratomic, 2, the timeframes of Gratomic and Nouveau Monde Graphite aligning really well, and 3, the fierce headwinds for Nouveau Monde Graphite. Well, those lead me to my strategy. So here's what I am going to do. Next Tuesday, during the trading day, I will convert all my Nouveau Monde Graphite shares into Gratomic shares because of all the reasons we've just discussed. With my current position in Nouveau Monde Graphite, I should be able to buy roughly 7,500 to 8,000 shares of Gratomic. If everything executes roughly the way I predict them to, well, then I will hold those Gratomic shares up until the end of 2022. Those Gratomic shares will be a part of one of my shortest time frame investments thus far. But that is because what Gratomic is undergoing is truly unique. Almost all junior mining companies fail and Gratomic might just succeed. Sorry for the quick sidestep. Now back to the plan. At the end of 2022, I am planning to sell those 7,500 to 8,000 Gratomic shares again to buy back into Nouveau Monde Graphite. Although I will have to wait and I will have to see what the value proposition of Nouveau Monde Graphite is by then. If the company has shot up to a whopping $20 or even $30 per share, well, then maybe I will have messed up big time and I will have missed the boat. So that is one of the risks I am taking. I might just miss the boat on Nouveau Monde Graphite. However, seeing that the Mattawini mine should only become operational in 2023, well, I think my risk on this side is limited. Also, if Gratomic doesn't really go up as much as I predict them to in 2022, well then maybe I will extend the time frame of this move and I will move back into Nouveau Monde Graphite on a later date. Also, another risk I'm taking, I'm throwing about 55% of my entire investment portfolio into one company, into one junior mining company. So obviously I'm taking on a huge amount of risk with this investment. Keep in mind, I am a young dude with a lot of risk appetite. Please do not confuse you and I to be in a similar position if we are not. Maybe you are investing with your retirement funds and maybe you are a little bit further along in your life journey. Well, then investing in startups might not be the way to go about that way of investing anyways. So shortly recapped, I'm selling all my Nouveau Monde Graphite shares to buy into Gratomic, and then hopefully during 2022 I'll get a nice return on my money, hopefully a 2x with Gratomic, and then at the end of 2022, maybe the start of 2023, I hope to sell my shares and buy back into Nouveau Monde Graphite. I hope to buy even more shares than I am able to buy today. Let me repeat this once more, I still believe Nouveau Monde Graphite will be a pivotal piece in the graphite world during the next decade. And truthfully, I would love to be able to buy back into Nouveau Monde Graphite just a couple of months from now with an even larger investment. So that is my main portfolio update today. Hopefully everything is clear, and if not, make sure to drop your questions down below. And of course, I will continue to follow Nouveau Monde Graphite on this channel. Don't you worry, you don't have to go anywhere else for your NMG or Gratomic news. With that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a like and maybe even subscribe. Comment down below what you want to talk about next, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.